Um, this is going to be a rant, but I want to talk about this particular subject. But first things first, I do this for me, for venting purposes, and if you don't like it, please get the fuck off my channel. I'm not looking for any praise nor accolades. Now back to the subject at hand. I want to talk about Kendrick Lamar's song DNA. You know, the song itself was basically talking about blood lineage, his blood lineage. And in my honest opinion, I think he found out his ancestors' blood lineage and where he came from. That's why he made that song DNA. And he was trying to, in some ways, encourage black folks to discover their human ancestry, to discover where they came from. You know what I'm saying? Discover your DNA, discover your old heritage, discover where you came from. Because he was trying to tell black folks in a way, he was trying to tell black folks that we came from a rich history, a rich background from our ancestors. And that is so true. Hell is in the history books. It's in the history books. You know, when it comes to African history and African American history, you know, when it comes to our bloodline, we have a special type of bloodline. That's what Kendrick Lamar was trying to tell us, man. A lot of us are special. We have a special bloodline in our DNA that many try to replicate, but they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Many other people try to replicate and duplicate, but they can't. You know what I'm saying? They can never outperform the original. And think about it, original, aka the original man. Even Adolf Hitler said it best before he died. He said that the black man, he said, I think if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but he said that the black men are the original jewels of the earth. I say it again. He said the black men are the original jewel of the earth. Basically saying that black people are the original inhabitants of this earth. Even Adolf Hitler acknowledged that. Even he knew. And yeah, but they don't tell you about that in those history books. But that's another topic for another day. But yeah, man, you know, there's a reason why the elite, or should I say the so-called white elite, in some ways, like back in the day, you know, I don't know about now, but back in the day, they will always try to erase blacks from history. And I say, gee, I wonder why. Kind of find out black people years ago made many contributions upon this planet, not just in the United States, but all across the globe. Listen, man, our names, our old ancient names back in the day meant something. Our faces meant something. What I mean by our faces, you have, back in the day, you had royal blacks that owned kingdoms. And if you see their faces on their shields, it means that that particular house or that particular kingdom is royalty. And if you do something to desecrate that shield, you will be persecuted. That's how powerful blacks were back in the day, man. And, you know, I understand, you know, people, I mean, don't get me wrong, though. You know, I hear a lot of black folks nowadays talk about well, we were kings and queens. But here's the thing, though. Were we good kings and queens? Some of us were, and some of us were not. But the bottom line is that, you know, ancient, you know, back in the day, but the main thing is that black folks were on top of the world. They did run things. They did have rich and royal families. They did not only roam the world, but also rule the planet. Listen, you have motherfucking catacombs, hidden catacombs and burial sites that consist of black people from different parts of the world that dates back over 1 million years ago. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, over 1 million years ago. Maybe dated back like 10 or 20 plus million years ago. See, those catacombs and those ancient burial grounds were landmarks. There were landmarks to let people know that blacks did rule the world and blacks did roam different parts of the world as well. And yes, they did have royal families, rich, royal, and wealthy families many years ago. Not trying to say that all black people were rich, but they were well off. I'll put it that way. Because we were at the top of the totem pole. Yes, ancient blacks were at the top of the totem pole when it came to finances, when it came to culture, when it came to money, finances, and all that stuff, man. When it came to inventions, you know, black folks were at the top. Black folks were at the top of the totem pole, but that was ancient times. Things have changed. Now blacks are at the bottom of the totem pole, and the main reason why is because our ancient ancestors decided to worship the left-hand paradigm, and they disregarded, they disrespected the rules and the laws of the land, and that's how we fell from grace. Plain and simple. Something got in our ancestors, and then later on they became sinners. But then I thought about it, like Lauryn Hill said in her song, "Everything is everything. After winter must come spring." Maybe, just maybe, things were meant to be that way. Like I said before, out with the old, in with the new. The old empires, aka the Moorish empires, that blacks ruled the world at one point. But once the empire fell, a new empire shall rise. Stuff like that. It's a cycle. It's just an ongoing cycle. Out with the old, in with the new. See, right now, the white elite, what I'm saying, white rulership controls this world. But I guarantee you, within the next few centuries, in my honest opinion, the Asians are going to become the new powerful government. They're going to become the new central power of this world. Now, when it comes to black people, when it comes to the fate of black people, I don't know. Now, when it comes to the fate of white people, I guarantee you they might be close to the bottom of the barrel. I gotta put this. When it comes to white people within the next few centuries, they're going to lose their rank. They're going to lose their ranking system as far as being on the totem pole. But will they be at the bottom? I don't know. They might be. I don't know. But when it comes to blacks, their fate is unknown. But the way how things is going, I think that many black people are going to become extinct. They're going to become extinct. How they are going to become extinct? Maybe because of the wars that's going to happen in the future, the civil wars, World War III, or the other way around. Maybe a lot of black folks, original black people, are going to die out, and there's going to be a lot of mixed, interracial dating, a lot of mixed dating, going around. So there's not going to be a pure black race anymore, because a lot of the original black people either died out, or there's going to be a lot of mixed racing, mixed breeding with other races of people. That's what I think. But overall, though, man, like I know, I understand, it gets tiresome sometimes, but blacks did rule the world. Some black people were kings and queens, but at the same time, that was ancient years ago. That was in ancient times. That was many years ago. We need to we need to get back with the program. We need to get back to it and do what we need to do in order for us to survive. Black folks cannot. I gotta put this. No disrespect to black folks, man, but they can't just hold on to the fact that they used to be kings and queens. That was ancient times. That was many years ago, before our time. We need to focus on the here and now. We have to focus on survival. We have to focus on reclaiming our culture. We have to focus on what we need to do in order for us to have a bright future. That's all we need to fucking do. And that's all I gotta say about that, man. That's all I gotta say. It's just that we I'm very disappointed in black folks, because we have no brotherhood, we have no sisterhood like that. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. The sisters have a sisterhood, but they don't hold them. But they don't hold each other accountable like that. Same thing with the brothers. To tell you the truth, man, the black men as a whole don't have a brotherhood at all. You know what I'm saying? We can't come together for shit. And we need to find a way in order for us to develop some type of rapport with each other so we can develop our own culture and our own nation, shit like that. And when it comes to the sisterhood, a lot of y'all sisters, a lot of y'all females, man, black sisters, y'all need to hold each other accountable for the things that y'all do too. And I understand that, as females, I understand females don't want to be held accountable for anything, but when it comes to a sisterhood, you have no other choice. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. But we all got to hold each other accountable, whether we males or females. And that's the bottom line. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say about that, man. That's all I got to say. You know, can we do it? Yes, we can. I really think I believe that black folks can do it. They can, in some ways, come together and build their own infrastructure, build their own, nation, build their own cities and towns. They can do it. It's just that we need to focus on culture as well. We must know where the fuck we came from. We have to know where the fuck we came from, know our blood lineage history and our heritage. And just maybe, everything will be all right. And that's all I got to say about that, man. Shit, that's all I got to say. So, yeah, man. So, thank you so much and have a good day.